Okay, so this is the hayfield that I planted in the plowing and planting video, and there's a few bald spots. That's the biggest one there. I'll have to seed that in some more, but the rest of it's come up pretty well. Unfortunately, we do have some foxtail that is showing up, which I guess that's expected after the foxtail that showed up in the alfalfa field. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip these two fields, and I've got the 1650 out with the Oliver 82 sickle mower, and we're gonna give it a go, see if this tractor wants to play ball. And my thought is, if I can come through and clip all this, it'll prevent this foxtail from going to seed as it has, and we'll give the field, and because there's some nice alfalfa that's growing up in here, it just needs a little bit more time to get some strength. So I'm going to go ahead and clip it, and hopefully that'll give everything an equal opportunity to grow up. And I'll probably get with the local co-op and get a fertilizer buggy brought down so I can spread that, get some amendments on the soil. So yeah, the 1650's out. There's a shaft right here that runs the length of this. Well, this brake is seized up because it's on that shaft. The 2-speed lever is seized up because it's on that shaft. And the pedal for the telescoping steering wheel is seized up on that shaft. So that'll be nice when I pull the fuel tank off. I can get to that and get that all fixed up. And I think the reason why it's seized up is because I pulled the mouse piece out of here when I pulled the dash apart. So what else is wrong with this thing? I think that's really it. Honestly, I don't think it needs anything else. Oh yeah, the the throttle. Throttle it up, slowly it will drag back down, which I guess that's a common issue with Olivers. There's a plastic bushing in there that is supposed to hold the throttle. I guess it's a friction disc that holds the throttle where you want it. It gets wore out. I need to replace that, which is fine. That's kind of all my issues are right here in this area. So, all right, I'll quit talking and we'll get to clipping. We're in the bigger field now. I got done with the smaller one just over there. Got this all baled. Bales are off the field. So what we're left with is actually a lot of alfalfa that's growing up. Most of the green that you see here is alfalfa, and it is kind of sparse. And we still have some, I guess I'd call it straw from the foxtail that was growing up in here. But for the most part, the foxtail really hasn't come back. The only foxtail that's still growing is like the stuff that the mower conditioner wasn't able to completely clip off. So I'm gonna take the sickle and just clip this field. That should get rid of all of the foxtail that's here, I'm hoping, and just allow the alfalfa to really grow up. And I put some amendments on this field when I planted it in alfalfa, and it looks phenomenal. This alfalfa is looking real nice, and the alfalfa over there is looking still good, but it's just not growing like this stuff is. So that definitely needs some amendments put on it over there, and then both fields should hopefully look like this. But I'm gonna get after it. Well, it sure is a beautiful day out. Getting on towards evening now. And the sickle mower is doing a great job cutting this alfalfa. But the 1650, I was going right along with it, and all of a sudden, a whole bunch of smoke started coming out of the breather tube down here, just pouring smoke. It was like none 1 second, then just wham, and I was like, uh-oh. So, stopped the tractor, turned the PTO off, and then it started squalling really bad. Just, I can't even replicate the sound, but engine was making bad noise, so I shut it off super quick. So, uh-oh, something happened inside. So I did the walk of shame back to the farm, got my car, came back down here, and when I did that, I tried to start the tractor, and the engine's locked up. So I really don't know too terribly much about what would cause an engine failure like that. It was never knocking. It had 20 pounds of oil pressure, which isn't a lot, but this engine burns oil. I mean, it's definitely wore out, so this doesn't surprise me. But I'm gonna have to ask around and say, hey, what do you think happened? Because I would not mind tearing that engine apart and rebuilding it. It's been a good tractor. Everything works on it. Hydraulics works, PTO works, 2-speed works. So should I tear it down and give it an engine rebuild? Well, if it spun, or if it did something like spinning a rod and ruin the crankshaft, then it would be probably in the realm of looking for a different engine. And do I go as far as getting a diesel to put in it? Can I even find a diesel engine? I mean, things like that are available, but is it even worth it for just a plain Jane 1650? So I've got some things to decide. Do I even keep the tractor? Kind of bummed. I did a nice paint job. I mean, it's not really that great of a paint job, but I did a nice paint job on it. And now the engine has decided to leave the chat. But I'm just fortunate that it's not one of my big tractors that I need, like the 806 or the 1755 or the 1655. It's just this one I kind of piddle around with, and this is the first time I've really used it. Besides, I harrowed this field with it this spring, and now it's getting to clip some grass, which it's been running for a few hours today. Oh well. So that's kind of a unfortunate note to end the video on, but that's where we're gonna end the video, because I really can't make much more content at this point unless I start tearing into the engine here in the field, which I know some farmers have done before, but I'm not gonna do that. So oh well, that's it.